Hello and welcome to today's video. This is today's problem. The TBR shelves. They are a mess, they're an absolute state. I don't know what I'm doing with them, and they're basically just got out of control to a point where I don't know where anything is. So we're going to be reorganising them. I'm going to keep my eyes out for books that I no longer want, but to be honest I think that's unlikely. This pile here is unhauled, so that will be left alone. I'll bring you in closer so you can see a bit better, but obviously it is all piled up on the top as well. But yeah, these are the shelves, and like they just need organising. I want to be able to find things. I've had a few ideas going through my head for a couple of weeks now. I want to get some like little baskets for the top of one of the shelves, probably the top of this one, because the cats often use this one to get to the windowsill, and like 2 or 3 just for like books that are ready for videos. Like one of these big piles at the top here is just like when I've got time to film this video, these are all the books I want to include. So I just really want to have those ready and separate rather than keep having piles everywhere. I also want to figure out what order I want things in. I don't think I want things, like right now it's in kind of genre order but not really, but it's not working. So what I'm thinking is maybe doing it alphabetical order. Then do I do it alphabetical by book or surname, because my shelves downstairs are alphabetical by author surname, but I've read those books, I've been completely absorbed by those books, like I can remember the author like that. Whereas the books up here, like I might not know who the author is of a book that I want to read, I might just know the title. So potentially alphabetical by book title, but then what do I do with series? So yeah, that's where I'm at. I think I'm just going to get started, honestly. I think they all need to come off first of all. I think that's the first protocol, is get them all off. I really, basically I need to decide what I'm doing with series. The reason I decided to start this video now is I've got 15 minutes left of my lunch. So if I do this now, get a start on it, hopefully it being even more of a mess will motivate me to continue on. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it by genre again, but make sure that the genres are more clearly defined. I don't know. I'm going to start getting them off. I think I'm going to pile them up in genres, because I think even if I do them alphabetically, I should really do it in genres so I've got a better idea, and so I can still keep series together, because my series are only really in like sci-fi and fantasy, and I probably know all the authors in sci-fi and fantasy. I don't know. Let's start getting the books off. Let's turn this into a time lapse.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and
okay, here's where we're at so far. That shelf is almost clear except for that section there, and these are all different genres. It looks very messy right now, but they are all in genre order. So just that half shelf.
I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it.
So bookcase is empty. That pile is one of the piles of books that I want for videos. That is all fantasy, sci-fi and dystopian. That pile there is all non-fiction. Then we've got middle grade. And then behind these 2 piles we've got a little pile of plays, and those are classics. Then we've got variety of contemporary, Greek myth, horror, historical fiction, mystery and cozy mystery and like mystery-esque things, more like thriller bits, and that is that. So I think I'm going to tackle this massive lot here of fantasy, sci-fi and dystopia first. And I think I'm going to try and do it like across the top 4. Like if I do like 2 and 2, and hopefully they'll all fit there, but to be honest I'm not sure they will. So yeah, I think that's the next plan. Get all of the fantasy, sci-fi and dystopia on in alphabetical order, I think, on those first few shelves.
Love the world, but keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world. Flying. Get on board. We're soaring on top of the world.
I haven't even finished getting like the fantasy sci-fi stuff on yet. Like this shelf, no wait, what? That shelf and that shelf are technically like done in the correct order, but it's taken up so much space. Like I don't know what I'm doing here. I've still got these 3 piles down here, and I've still got just like, they're just everywhere, and I want a break. I want to leave it like this for the day, but I have cats, so I know I can't leave it like this overnight, so I have to do it now or do it later. Well, I think I'm going to take a break, get a drink, have a break, have a drink, and then we'll come back to it and figure out. But so far I'm just realising how much fantasy I have, and like I need to just start reading it. This is ridiculous. I need to start reading it. I'm going to come up with some more fun ways of getting my TBR, I think, because I love my TBR game. Like I really enjoy playing it and having my TBR picked out like that. But I don't think I'm actually reading my TBRs at the moment. I really need to, so we'll figure. I just found a book for the B section, but to put it in the right place I'd have to move 3 shelves across. I think I might just add this to my immediate TBR and move it down to our bedside table. Maybe it's a sign. I really don't want to move these books again.
At 29 and I find myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set the rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening?
You did a good enough job. Yeah, you can still up to your windowsill. I know, there's no cat hair there. It'll take you a while to re-cat hair that. What are you boys doing?
Too sure, but one day I'll be yours again. Life lessons come 1 in a dozen, the other 11.
So I think I'm going to have to double stack and put contemporary, which is this pile here, in front of some of the classics. I think I can probably start it around this book here. So it's probably going to cover about half of the classics, but that's the only way they're going to fit on, and I still need to figure out where to put non-fiction. But except for that, it's all fit in, but contemporary's going to have to double stack over classics, and then I don't know where to put non-fiction yet. Okay, so as you can probably see, this is the finished bookshelf. I'll show you a bit closer in a minute, but I've eventually finished it. It's a 3 hours later, and unfortunately the light right above the bookshelves, the bulb's gone, so it's a little bit darker than I would have liked it to be, but I just want to finish this off, show you what I've ended up doing. So essentially here at the side of the bookshelves, I've ended up doing my pile of non-fiction. I would love to get these on the bookshelves, but for right now they're just too full. So the non-fiction has gone at the side, and the only order to that is that it is in like size basically. So if I take you around the side here and point you down, you've got biggest at the bottom and just working our way up to the smallest of non-fiction, and that's all that hasn't fit, but I did have to double stack one shelf. So I will go in and show properly in a moment, but the very basics are we've got project books, horror books, historical fiction books that I've just noticed are really wobbly as I'm touching it, so maybe those need moving, thriller, mystery, and books that I think are somewhere within that vibe. It's difficult to categorise without reading. And then this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, this shelf, and up to here on this shelf is fantasy, dystopian and sci-fi, and they're all in alphabetical order. Most of the books are in alphabetical order unless I've done it by size order. So if they look in size order, then that's probably what they are. If not, they're alphabetical. And then down here, this very last section here is Greek myth books, and then like middle grade and younger children's books. Then we've got classics, and then the classics also continue on behind these books, but in the front, from this point to this point, is a variety of contemporary, and that's kind of how we've ended up doing it. So just having a closer look, we've got our mystery thrillers, books for video, horror, historical fiction, fantasy, dystopian, sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian, sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian, sci-fi, fantasy, dystopian, sci-fi, Greek myth, younger kids, classics, and then classics continue behind these books. You can kind of see them poking out back there, and then contemporary, and then around the side, non-fiction. So yeah, that's my reorganisation. That's how we've ended it. I definitely feel a lot better about this. I feel like I can find my books, I know where they are and I know where they should be. So I definitely feel like this is a positive, and I'm going to, you know, just keep trying to lower the amount of books on my shelves, to be honest. I'm going to do a few like TBR videos around testing out books, because there's a lot of genres that I don't actually read that much of, but I own a lot of books because I want to try them out, because there could be a book in that genre I could like. So I think I'm going to end up doing a few kind of like testing my TBR videos soon. I'm thinking horror, historical fiction, maybe even contemporary, definitely some classics need going, but then also maybe just like, I own a lot of like the fantasy sci-fi books, I own a lot of the books in the series, but I haven't started the first book. What if I hate it? Like, I could have so much more space. So yeah, I'm going to get around to that. We are going to start trying to lower the TBR. I'm going to properly have it as a goal next year now. I've already got goals that I set for this year, and yeah, I don't feel like I can really buy more books than I'm reading at the moment, which is fine. But I haven't really purchased that many books this year. Like, I've probably purchased like less than half the amount that I've read. Whereas, you know, like, I am fine and happy with a 1-to-1 ratio, especially if I'm bringing in newer books. So yeah, I just need to figure out what I'm doing with it. It'll be something I'll start to think about now and have as like a real goal by next year. If you want a closer look at my like unread TBR, I will link up above. There is a video I made near the start of this year where I went through every single book on my unread TBR. Obviously it's slightly out of date now, but I won't be doing another one of those videos till next year, so have a look at that, see what you think, see if there's any books you think I should prioritise. I did go through literally every single book and we counted them, and there's a lot, and there's probably still just as many. But yeah, that's it for today's video. I feel a lot better about this. I don't think it looks massively different just like looking at it like this, but in my mind I know where things are now. This is tidy, this is neat, and hopefully I can keep it up and keep up with the books looking like this. So yeah, fingers crossed, we'll give it a go. I do hope you enjoyed the video. Please do give it a like if you liked it, subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!